Hi, my name's Daddy, and I play Smashland sometimes. In fact, I love the game. I've played it quite a lot whilst it's been in beta, and as we're approaching the time when it may go to public launch, I figured it would be useful for everybody and for all those new players that are going to come in the future to learn the basics, how to win Smashland, because at the end of the day, everyone's got to learn sometimes. So, let's go and get the basics in first. Right, we need to make sure that our devices are clean. This game really depends on very accurate pulling back and aiming, so you really don't want any grease or, certainly not any grit on your fingers or on the screen itself. Now, the device you play on is completely up to you, but I highly recommend as big a screen as possible because you're going to be pulling the finger back and you're going to be trying to get accurate movements, and I don't think you're going to get that great on a smaller screen. We have two types of troops, really. We have those that are focused on having high hit points, and the first one of those is Adventure Boy. That's going to have extra special crazy speed. There's Mini Mummy, which has 5 lasers once you hit the special ability. Elo is a very special tank focused hero where she can heal other heroes if that's her special ability. And as you get later into the game, you have Zalazam, who's got the Hat Man, who's got this ability to throw lots of hats at everybody. And then finally Lumini, who brings down shards of ice coming from the sky. So those are the hit point tank focused heroes. Now you have the strike focus. So first up you have Wizard Grump, who has very low hit points but very strong attacking. You have Princess Pow, who's got an amazing spinning axe that can destroy a whole line of troops. Captain Smash with a cannon with a secondary attack as well, so you have to make sure you get that cannon. We've got Buster, who's got some crazy bouncing and drops a load of TNT on the opposing forces. And finally, and last up, we have Laser Girl, who has a super laser who can zap multiple heroes. The mix that I find works best is, unless you have Elo, because Elo is an essential, if you don't have Elo, then have 2 tanks and 1 striker, and typically open up the striker first. But let's go and talk a little bit about strategy. So there are 3 distinct phases in a successful Smashland game. First of all is the opening. So what you're trying to do is get your striker behind the enemy line so that you get some really good bounces, but you really want to avoid being the first one to break the line of obstacles in the middle, because if you do, then they're going to be able to get theirs behind you. So he's broken the line, and you've got a gap in the corner. So we're going to put Pal behind, but Pal bounces back. Now, Pal used up about half of her bounces before she gets to her special ability there. So he's not in a great position. So I'm going to pop my Pal. Let's see if I can get the angle just to touch the Wizard Grump there. Okay, so Pal is now ideally placed in the corner, so there's not much he can do now to get rid of Pal. What he should have done is to get his heroes out of that area so that Pal doesn't get both of them at the same time. There we go. A mighty axe. So let's check that again. So we've got a line of obstacles in the middle. This one happens to have a hole, so I can get my Pal right up towards him. And he's going to have to get a very special angle to get back through that hole, but he doesn't spot it. So I'm going to put Pal at the back there. Now remember, if you look at when you're everyone has a different amount of hit points, and when you're angling, when you're sort of measuring your attack, you can see there's a tiny little flashing light on the bar, and what that flashing light is the amount of attack that you would take off every time you bounce it. So things like, in this case, the Laser Girl, she doesn't have an awful lot of hit points, so you can sometimes get her in 2 or 3 bounces. Okay, so I've got Pal around the back there. Now I'm going to try and take out his attacking hero. Remember, once I take out his attacking hero, all he's got are tanks. There we go. So hopefully the opening has given you a first mover advantage, and you've now worn down or eliminated one of his heroes at least with your striker. The middle section is usually the longest, and this is where really your experience in the game comes into play. So you're trying to wear down his heroes as much as possible and to build up your combo counter so that you're getting close to the special ability. Remember, each hero's got a special ability. So typically it's a good idea to leave a tank in a corner, somewhere where it can't be multiple bounced. and focus on your striking troop. So I'm basically just trying to get his Zalazam there. See, I'm in a bad situation here, but I actually ended up winning this game because he's going to get me down to 1 hero against his 2. However, his Zalazam is almost gone. Now, when you look at that flashing light, so where the flashing light is on the bar, that's whatever hit health you will take out with 1 hit. Okay, so I've got a tank with Zala in the corner. I've got my adventure boy, who's also a tank, but he's they're at good health. But I'm just focusing on using my my Princess Pow. Now, it's really good advice to focus on attacking 1 enemy hero at a time. Don't spread yourself too thin. So I'm focusing on getting rid of Zala, because if I can get rid of Zala, then really he's only got 1 hero and I've got 3, and that's going to result in a really good final shot. So there we go. So he's taken out my POW, which is okay because I've got plenty of health left on Zala. I'm trying to rattle Zala into the corner there to take out his opposing Zala. He's down to around about 10% health, which puts us in a good position. Clearly, this guy's got he's got a level 7 POW there, so I want to try and avoid her getting too high on health. There we go. Okay, so I managed to take her out. That was lucky. Yeah, that was kind of. It's funny. The more we practice, the luckier you get, really. And as every good story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, the final shot is they all lived happily ever after bit. So hopefully, with the hard work that you put in through the opening and the main attack, you've now got more heroes or more health on your heroes than the opposing player. So it's really now just a matter of trying to keep your heroes close to the edge if you possibly can, so he can't get any quick rattles in, just like that on mine, and really focusing on really the surroundings. So that because that mushroom came close to me, I could bounce off him. So this is pretty even, really, with Pow and Buster here. So my Pow's right in the middle there, so he's going to get 2 bounces perhaps, but his Buster's right close to the edge, so I can get multiple bounces by just getting it into the corner there. That's really good. But of course you can use the objects around you. So in this case, where there's these moles, which are really, they're not too much of a problem right at the start, but towards the end, when you haven't got much health on your heroes, they can provide a big problem. Therefore, I've won so many with the obstacles around the game, because I've just managed to stay out of the way of them. Just to wrap it up, we've got a bit of Zala on Zala action, but I've got my adventure boy left because I had a very good main attack. So thank you very much indeed for watching. This is a gentle game. It's just a lot of fun. No matter how high level your heroes are, you're going to be matched with people that are similar to you. I hope you enjoy it. Please do let me know in the comments any thoughts or any strategies you got. You guys take care. Bye for now.